How does the path reveal itself? This is something that I've never quite understood until very recently. And hi, Julie Deanne here. So when we're talking about taking that action step and moving forward with our dreams and goals in life, I always used to hear people talk about how once you take the first steps, the path reveals itself. You don't have to know how, you just have to know what you're going for. You have to have in mind a goal, a direction, right? A heading. But you don't necessarily have to have the full roadmap or a blueprint or the full plan, right? You just have to take the first step. And for most of us, we're like, well, I don't even know what that is. Like when I started, when I had this idea to write my children's book, okay, so I had the idea for how the layout would be and I had an idea of the words, but I didn't know how I was going to take it from being in my mind or even on paper to being in print. I didn't know anybody who'd ever written a book, and sure, I could do research, but there's so much out there. Where do I even start? But that's the key. You have to start. So I took that first step. The first step is the action, right? You have this idea. You want to lose weight. You want to look better, feel better. You want to get a new job or a new house. Well, if it stays in your head, that's all it is. It's just a dream. It's just a wish. Even something as simple as writing it down in a journal, speaking it out loud. Oh, I'm so looking forward to moving into a new house. I don't know when, I don't know where, but I'm looking forward to it. That's an action, right? Looking online, starting to look at places, houses that you like, and thinking in your mind what you like, what you don't like. For my book, I just started writing the stories. I just started writing. I would come home after work, take that few minutes right before I had to go pick up my daughter from school, and in that 10 or 15 minutes every day for weeks, I would just write. And oftentimes I was able to get at least most of a scenario or at least half of it together, because my book is 12 scenarios about kids. And so I would, I would just sit there and take that time and write it down, and the ideas started flowing. The more I would do this, I would get an idea during the day and say, oh, I'm going to write about that later this afternoon. So it's a really powerful thing when you take that action step. It sends the message to your subconscious mind that you're serious, right? It's the first physical manifestation and representation in the real world of that thought energy. So that's why taking that action step is so key, because it is evidence of your commitment to your decision to move in that direction towards that goal. And that's super powerful. Not only is it powerful to show the world, to show the universe, even if no person knows, you're still sending that energy out. You're getting it out of your head and you're putting it out into the world, and it's reflecting back, right? It's showing your mind, your subconscious, yeah, this is what I'm doing. This is who I'm becoming now. And that's why it's so powerful. And that's how, as you start to take the little action steps, again, even as simple as speaking it out loud, writing it down, starting to kind of window shop, or, any action you can take is powerful. And as you take those actions, and then consistency, right? That's the key. Combine that focused attention with consistency. And as you take those steps, you get ideas, opportunities pop up. And now you notice these opportunities, just like when you're shopping for a car and all of a sudden you start seeing that same make and model everywhere. Your mind is focused on that specific thing, and so it's going to notice it when it pops up. Whereas in the past, if you hadn't been focused on heading in that direction, buying that house, buying that car, writing that book, whatever it is, you wouldn't necessarily have noticed the opportunity, the ad that came up to get a free call with an author, or a house to go see that has an open house, things like that. And that's how the magic of the path begins to reveal itself. I'm delivering a free masterclass supported by and sponsored by Literacy Nation tomorrow, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, via Zoom. I will drop the link to register below. Join me there, where we talk about this sort of thing. We talk about a lot more, but But the key, the 3 keys that I will be talking about for this masterclass is 3 keys to calm confidence amidst chaos. Very important in this day and time, always important, but especially now, right? So these 3 keys will help you get clarity. They will help you be able to calm your body so you can clear your mind, so you can calm and quiet the mind down so you can actually think about what you want. And then the key is choice. It's always choice, and start deciding what is your next step and what direction do you really want to move in. Not what the world's telling you, but what do you desire? Join me. And as always, be luminous.